Hello and welcome everyone. We're going to get started with our 60-minute chair yoga here in just a moment. I'd like you to first make sure that you have a sturdy armless chair, and by sturdy I mean that when you push down on the back of it, it's not going to collapse or tip over, and we feel safe in a seated position as well. And preferably no shoes or socks unless you have cold feet or orthopedics. And we're just going to have a seat at the very edge of our chair. Now, throughout our class today, we're going to be working on postural correction. So that means we'll be sitting right at the edge of our chair with the heels, knees, and hips all lined up on a straight plane, the neck long, chest proud, and chin tucked. If this becomes uncomfortable for your back or your core muscles, you can take a cushion at the base of your spine and sit right back into it anytime. So we're just going to begin with a little grounding and centering here. Our feet are flat on the floor. Shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked, and the hands are resting wherever is comfortable for you. Let's all take a deep breath in, down to the base of the spine, closing the eyes. And exhale completely, feeling the body supported by the seat and by the earth. Now, just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class, I'd like you to make yourself a promise that you will not push too hard, that you'll honor any feelings of restriction, especially through the joints, that you'll maintain the lines of communication with your body, pushing forward when it's appropriate, holding back when it's appropriate, and offering yourself a bit of a challenge in the meantime. Now let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Good, we're going to begin with the shoulders. Shoulders up, back, and down, loosening out the traps. Good, so again, we're sitting tall, keeping the core strong, lengthening through the crown of the head and breathing deeply into that movement. Good. 3 more, just like that. And 2. And now we're going to windmill the arms, one side and then the other, reaching through the fingertips. And here's where we're going to notice our range of motion through the rotator cuff today. So that might be different one day to the next or 1 hour of the day to the next. And if you need to reduce your range of motion and keep it a little lower, then that's fine. Good, so I'd like you to think about drawing a line across the floor, up the wall, across the ceiling, and back towards you. Good. 1 more time on each side. Last one here. Good, now let's do a little spinal release. Hands to knees, inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, curve and round the spine, tuck the chin. Good, inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. And we'll come back to neutral. Good, now we're going to come up to the top of the spine, into the neck. So you can have your hands resting on the thighs, or you can come with me for a deeper stretch and bring the hands behind you, grasping the wrists or forearms or clasping the hands together. When you bring the hands behind you, you should feel the stretch begin in the anterior delt, so in the fronts of the shoulders. And we want to make sure that we're not letting the shoulders hike forward and the chest cave in order to get into this position. So sitting up tall, take a deep breath in here. Exhale and press the right ear toward the right shoulder. Feel the extension in the left side of the neck. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, left ear toward the left shoulder. We're feeling it here in the traps. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, right ear toward the right shoulder. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, left ear toward the left shoulder. 1 more time each side. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, right ear toward the right shoulder. Press the shoulders down. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Good. Now inhale to neutral and extend through the crown of the head. Exhale and gently turn the head to the right side. Good. Inhale through neutral. Exhale and gently turn to the left. Good. Inhale through neutral. Exhale and turn to the right. Remember that you can release the arms anytime. Inhale through neutral. Exhale and turn to the left. Good. Now we'll inhale to neutral and extend through the crown of the head. Exhale and drop the head back. Inhale through neutral. Exhale the chin toward the chest. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, drop the head back. Maintain that upright position with the body. Good. 1 more time. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, chin toward the chest. And we'll come back to neutral. 1 last movement of the neck. Extend through the crown of the head as we breathe in. Exhale, right ear toward the right shoulder. And we'll inhale, roll the chin across the chest. Bring the left ear toward the left shoulder and we stop there. And then roll across the chest as we inhale. Right ear toward the right shoulder and stop there. Good. Roll. And ear toward the shoulder. One more time in each direction. Make sure you're not letting the body move at all. Roll across the chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Roll across the chest. Left ear to left shoulder, and we'll come back to neutral and release the arms. Excellent. You can reach in front to release the upper back, and those are all of the safe movements of the neck. We never want to roll across the back of the neck. Everything else is fine. So now let's come into a little bit more of a spinal twist and then into our lower body. So I'd like you to grasp the right side of the chair with the right hand for our half moon. You can shift slightly if you need to, but make sure your body is right up against that hand and we're holding the chair tightly. Inhale the left arm up toward the sky. I'd like you to straighten up first. Exhale and bend. Pressing the right elbow in toward the spine to drop the shoulder down. Lengthening through those fingertips. And relaxing into the stretch. So just a nice, easy, gentle bend here. And I'd like you to find that stretch in the left rib cage and side body. There's no tension in the neck and shoulders at all. Good. Breathing deeply. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, and we'll grasp the left side of the chair with the hand. You can shift slightly if you need to, and we're sitting up tall. Inhale the right arm up toward the sky, extending. Exhale and bend the left elbow in toward the spine. Make sure you remain even across both sides of the body on your seat, so we don't want to be leaning in one direction. We just want the good quality stretch in the middle and upper back. Breathe, feel the rib cage expand, and relax as you exhale. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the hands to the knees, and we'll release the back. Curving around the spine as you exhale. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. And we'll come back to neutral, and now into the lower body. So bringing the right knee into the chest, grasping just below the knee. If this is not comfortable for you, you can grasp under the thigh or bring that foot all the way down to the floor. And we're going to sit up tall. Find our postural correction first. I'd like you to feel contraction of the muscles in the backs of the arms and the back, not the neck and shoulders. Let's rotate the ankle around in a circle. Breathe. Feel the strength in your core, and that includes your back muscles and also the muscles of the arms to maintain this nice upright position. So you're training perfect posture into your body so that it comes easily to you later on. Now I'd like you to flex and extend that foot toward the ceiling and the floor. And if your foot is down on the floor, then just make sure that you never lose contact with the floor completely, because we don't want to raise it up and hold it here with no assist and cause tension in our hip flexor. Tuck the elbows in. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll cross the right shin over the left thigh. If that's not okay for you, you can cross the right ankle over the left or uncross the legs altogether. We're grasping that leg and again sitting up tall, and hopefully you'll feel that stretch begin in the right hip and thigh. Shoulders down and back, elbows tucked in. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head, and exhale, tip forward just a little bit. So we're not letting the chest cave in to try and get the nose closer to the knee. We're drawing the knee in toward the body and bringing the center of our body closer to the leg. Good. Keep the shoulders down, lengthen the neck. Great. And breathe. Now, if you're crossing the ankles, just make sure that your supporting foot is nice and strong and solid on the floor, and we're not making them an X in the center, because we want to keep at least one set of joints nice and straight. Good, and now we'll release that knee out to the side. Readjust your supporting foot so the heel is directly under the knee. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale and tip from the hips. So first we're keeping the body straight like a board, and that's going to cause us to lift our tailbone toward the sky, which will deepen the stretch in the hip and thigh. Pay attention to how your knee and hip feel on that side. Good, we're breathing deeply into that stretch. And as your flexibility increases and you start to feel comfortable, you can round forward from the belly button to the crown of the head, placing the forearms on the thigh or releasing the arms down along the sides of the body. Now, if you release the arms, you're allowing your body weight to contribute to your stretch. So really prioritize the safety of your knee and hip here and just move around that. As you inhale, think of widening the back. As you exhale, just notice where you can relax a little more. Good, and now let's come on back up, and we're gonna release that leg. Flex and extend. Now you have two options for your hamstring stretch to start. You can gently place that heel on the floor with the toes flexed back toward you. I'd like you to be right at the edge of your seat so that knee doesn't bend at all. Or you can come with me and grasp under the thigh for a little bit more muscular contraction and stability training. So sitting up nice and tall, whatever position you're in. If you're holding the leg, I'd like you to straighten it out and flex the foot back toward you. Now remember, you're getting that good stretch still if your heel is on the floor. And if your heel is down, I'd like you to tip forward from the hip and lift your tailbone toward the sky. So modification of your choice here, either holding the leg up high or resting the heel on the floor, and you're looking for the stretch in the back of the right knee, coming up into the hamstring and down into the calf. Smile, breathe deeply. One more deep breath in. And we'll exhale, release the leg, and come along to the other side. Gently place that right foot down on the floor, nice and solid on all four corners, and the left knee comes into the chest, and we grasp just below the knee. Sitting up tall, elbows tuck in, shoulders down and back. We correct our posture first, and then we roll the ankle around in a circle. So remember, if your foot's down on the floor, we're just rotating the heel, lifting and lowering, and we're looking to make that lower leg a little bit tired here so that we know that we're strengthening the muscle and increasing our endurance potential. That's also going to help with our balance later on as well. Good. Tuck your elbows in. Feel the strength in your upper body. Really good. Now flex and extend that foot toward the ceiling and the floor. See how much of a range of motion you can get through that ankle. Really good. And now we'll cross the left shin over the right thigh, draw the leg in, the knee points toward the sky. Sit up nice and tall, extend, take a deep breath in. Exhale and tip. Elbows are tucked in, and we start with the body nice and straight like a board, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky and looking for that stretch in the left hip and thigh. Good. And when you're ready, come on up and we'll cross the shin, dropping that knee out to the side. Remember, you can cross the ankles anytime, and our flexibility is going to change 1 hour of the day to the next and one side of the body to the other. So don't force yourself to get into the same position on both sides. Lengthen through the crown of the head first. I want you to feel very nice and tall, and then we're going to tip from the hip. Shoulders relax down, and we're lifting our tailbone up toward the sky. Breathing deeply. And always prioritizing the safety of our joints and then stretching our muscles, tendons, and ligaments around that. Breathe. Good. And now you can release down onto the forearms or relax the arms down along the sides of the body if you like. So again, remember, when we release the arms at the sides, we're bringing the entire weight of the upper body down onto that leg, which is great if it's okay for your joints, if you want that depth of stretch. Just remember to move slowly with deep breathing and mindfulness. Good. Excellent. And now let's come on back up, and we'll release the leg. Flex and extend. And we'll place that foot back down on the floor. Okay, let's come into a couple of sun salutations, and then we're going to come to standing for a little while. So we're going to do 3 different types of sun salutation. The first one is going to be with our static flexion or our muscular contraction. So it's not the easiest one, and you'll notice how. But what I'd like you to do is basically immobilize the joints so they're hardly moving at all, and we're going to use our muscles and contract them to about 50% of our maximum exertion. So not working really hard, but feeling them, okay? Sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a deep breath in. Hands are on the thighs. Spread the fingers. Exhale, tip from the hip, and I'd like you to push the hands into the thighs and squeeze the elbows into the sides of the body, resisting on the way down. You can stop here if you're worried about your blood pressure, or relax down and bring the chin toward the chest with me. Now inhale, look forward, shoulders down, chest proud, push the hands into the thighs. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. 2 more just like that. Inhale, look forward, shoulders down. Good, lengthen the neck. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. 1 more time, inhale, look forward, push the hands into the thighs, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale and relax down. Now let's inhale and come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So we're going to do that one again, and I'd like you to make sure you're feeling that muscular contraction through the middle of the body, not up high in the neck and shoulders as we move. So again, sitting up nice and tall, deep breath in, spread the fingers, elbows tight. Exhale, tip from the hip, and we're resisting on the way down, pushing the hands into the thighs, squeezing the elbows in, and the chin comes toward the chest at the bottommost point. Inhale, look forward, neck long, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. 2 more just like that. Inhale, look forward, squeeze the elbows in, lengthen the neck. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. 1 more time, inhale, extend the spine. Good, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Now inhale, come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Great, so that's the best modification if you're concerned about your blood pressure or maybe your rotator cuff or your neck. And next we're going to come into what's really the easiest modification, but we will be raising the arms up above the body and lowering the head below the heart line, so just be mindful to stay in tune with what your body needs today. So starting by sitting up tall, inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale and fold forward. Now let's inhale and lift up onto the toes. Gaze forward, arms are aligned with the shins. Good. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. Again, inhale, look forward. Lift the heels, shoulders down. Exhale, fold, chin toward the chest. 1 more time. Inhale, look forward, expand through the front of the body. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, reaching up. Exhale, release into prayer. We're going to do that 1 more time. And remember, you can always come to the modification of your choice or just leave the hands resting on the thighs throughout the entire movement. All right, inhale, reach up, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, relax down, arms aligned with shins. Inhale, lift up onto the toes, look forward. Good. Feel the back muscles work. Exhale, relax down, chin toward the chest. Again, inhale, look forward, shoulders wide. Feel those leg muscles work. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. 1 more time. Inhale, look forward, squeeze the core. Good. Feel your strength here. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Now let's inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Breathe in deep. Exhale, release down into prayer. Good. So we're going to come into our last round of sun salutation. This one's going to be our most intense. We're going to be using a lot of our back muscles. We'll be coming into a seated standing plank, reaching forward and holding in this position. When we come here, I'd like you to make sure your shoulders remain down away from the ears and don't come up. And we don't let our chest cave in. If that's happening and you can't help it, hands can come to the thighs anytime. So again, coming right to the edge of our seat, setting our position to start. Feet flat on the floor, core strong, feeling nice and tall. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, fold forward halfway. Part the hands to shoulder width. Brace your core. Inhale, lift the arms up to align with the ears. Exhale, fold forward all the way, chin to chest. Inhale, lift up onto the toes. Reach forward at shoulder height. Gaze forward. Good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. And again, inhale, lift up onto the toes, reach forward, suck the belly button toward the spine. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. 1 more time, inhale, lift the heels, reach forward, squeeze the back muscles, good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Now let's inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, little baby back bend. And exhale into prayer. Hold here for just a moment. We're going to do that one more time, and remember, modification of your choice. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, fold forward halfway, part the hands to shoulder width. Inhale, lift the arms up to align with the ears, squeeze the back muscles. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, lift up onto the toes, reach forward at shoulder height, shoulders down. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. And again, inhale, look forward, shoulders down, reaching out at shoulder height. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. 1 more time. Inhale, lift the heels, reach forward, squeeze your core. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Now inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Reach for the sky, little baby back bend. Exhale, release down into prayer. and release the arms. Great job. So if you went through the full intensity modification at the end, you might feel those back muscles in the middle and lower back starting to feel that, that contraction. So I'd like you to just give them a quick release if you need to, and notice how they feel tomorrow too, if they need a little bit of a stretch. Now we're going to turn to the side in our chair for our warrior series. So I'd like you to turn all the way around to the side so that the back of the chair is at your right side. The right side of the body is on the chair, the left side of the body is off the chair, and we're going to drop that left knee down underneath the hip. I'd like you to make sure that your back foot is pointed forward, and we're going to tuck the tailbone and find the stretch in the left hip flexor and quadricep. So we're just starting right here, sitting up tall, keeping those shoulders relaxed down, and very deliberately finding that stretch in the front of the left hip and thigh. Good. Now when you're ready, that left hand can come to the hip and we can begin to straighten out the back leg. Now in this position, I'd like you to make sure that when you begin to straighten the leg, the lower back doesn't arch in order for you to get there. So keep the tailbone tucked, and if you can't get that leg all the way straight, that's okay. We're just looking for the stretch. Now when you're ready, if you'd like, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. And from here, if you'd like a little more, you can push into the soles of the feet, just barely lifting the body up off the seat. Good, that's going to increase your endurance training and also help you to align those pelvic bones and lower spine. Breathe. So our warrior poses are really endurance and focus. That's what they're all about. So I'd like you to focus your gaze on anything that's not moving, 6 feet away from you or less, and notice how your breathing feels, how your body feels in this position. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale and release the arms. Bend the back knee. We're going to turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot and straighten out that leg. Now, this leg positioning is completely up to you. You can straighten that leg out in front. You can bend the knee so that the knee and the toes point toward the sky if you need to. The only thing I don't want to see is a collapsed knee. So if you have to be up on the side of the ankle, that's okay, but we want those leg muscles contracted because if they're relaxed, we're in the danger zone. So we're going to reach out now in line with the front leg. And that means that no matter where your back leg is pointing, if possible, I'd like you to reach both arms out in line with the right leg. Breathe into the fingertips. Try and touch the walls on either side of you. And here in Warrior Two, our traditional dristi, our traditional gaze, is the nail of the middle finger that's over the front bent knee. So I'd like you to fix your gaze there and really tune in to breathing deeply into the rib cage and belly. And as you exhale, notice where you can relax. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the bent knee. Swing the left arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. If this is uncomfortable for your lower back, you can come up a level or two. And of course, if it's uncomfortable for your neck and shoulder, the top hand can come down to the hip or behind the back anytime. So whenever we're stretching, we should find our comfort zone and then just push a little bit past that. Stretching should feel like a relief. So never painful, but your muscles should really feel just very pleasant when they open up. And there's never any pain or burning in the joints. Good. Breathe. I'd like you to feel this stretch in your left rib cage and down into the left side body. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair. We're going to draw that left leg in and straighten it out all the way for that hamstring stretch. Nice and easy again to reset. Square your shoulders toward the extended leg. Sit up tall, inhale. Exhale and tip forward, and our hands are on the bent knee, never on the straight leg. Good. Lift your tailbone up toward the sky and really find that stretch behind the knee, coming up into the hamstring and down into the calf. Good, and now we'll come on up. And let's move along to the other side. So turning to the left side of your chair now. You're going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Left side of the body is on the chair. We're grasping the back of the chair with the left hand. Right side of the body is off the chair and the right hand is on the hip. The right leg is going to drop down so that knee is underneath the hip. And first I'd like you to make sure your back toes are pointed forward. And we're going to tuck the tailbone. Find that stretch in the front of that thigh. Good. Breathe, and when you're ready, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. Good. You can straighten out that back leg a little more if you want to. Just make sure that you're keeping the tailbone tucked and the core strong. And you can push into the soles of the feet if you like to intensify and align that lower body a little bit more. Breathe deeply. Relax your shoulders as you exhale. Great. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll release the arms. Now we're going to bend the back knee, turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot, and straighten out that leg. So again, if your leg doesn't straighten out, or if this is very uncomfortable for you, no matter where it's pointing, just point the knee and toes forward and toward the ceiling. All we want here is safety for the joints first and foremost, and then we stretch around that. When you're ready, you can reach out with those arms, shoulders down and back. Lengthen through the fingertips, and remember, both arms ideally are lined up with the front leg. Okay, no matter where that back leg is pointing. Good. Try and touch the side walls with those fingertips. And fix your gaze on the nail of the middle finger that's over the bent knee if you're able. Breathing deeply into that stretch. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the thigh. Swing the right arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. So once again, you can come up onto the hand and sit up a little taller if that's better for your lower back. Your top hand can come to the hip or behind the back anytime. And we're looking for the stretch in the right rib cage and side body. Breathe. Relax wherever you're able. Check your bottom shoulder is down away from the ear. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair. Draw the leg in. We're going to extend that leg out, flexing the foot back toward the body, sitting up nice and tall, and then we tip forward with the hands or the elbow on the bent knee. Lift your tailbone up toward the sky. Check that the shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears, and we're feeling that stretch in the back of the right thigh. Good, and now we'll press up and come back to center, and we're going to make our way up through our perfect seat-assisted squat to standing. So we're going to have our hands anywhere except on the thighs or on the chair if you can help it. And we're going to have our weight in the heels, knees, hips, and ankles all lined up on a straight plane. So hands to hips or across the chest is ideal. We'll inhale and tip forward from the hip. Exhale and push into the heels, push into the outsides of the feet. Rise up slowly. Good. And we'll release the leg. We're going to come into a little bit of a chair variation just for a moment while we're standing. So that sit to stand movement is something we'd like to be able to do by ourselves for the rest of our lives. So I encourage you to try this controlled concentric movement. Inhale, reach the arms out in front or up toward the ears. And then we're going to exhale and sit down into our imaginary chair, which is just an inch or two above our real chair. Push into the outsides of the feet. Squeeze the glutes and the abductors of the thighs. Keep your knees, hips, and ankles lined up. And remember that you can sit down or stand up all the way, anytime. One more deep breath in. Exhale and stand. And we'll release down through prayer. And release the arms. Give the ankles a little circle here. Just work them out a little bit. And we're going to do that again with a little extra challenge. So let's take a deep breath in and reach straight forward in line with the shoulders. Exhale and sit down into that imaginary chair. You might stay up here nice and high or come down a little lower with me. Now I want you to stabilize across the feet. Make sure your knees, hips, and ankles are lined up. And then without moving anything else, we're going to lift one heel. Don't move your body at all if you can help it. And then put the heel back down. Inhale. Exhale, lift the other heel. Stabilize through your core. Good. Inhale the heel down. Exhale, lift that right heel. Good. Keep that body stable. Inhale down. One more time on the other side. Exhale and lift the left heel. Good. And inhale down. Reach the arms up. And we'll reach up toward the sky. This time we're going to forward fold. You can turn around and use your chair for stability if you need to. Relax down if you're able. And remember, you can sit down into forward fold anytime as well. Now we'll bend the knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back. Arms come out to the sides and overhead if it's comfortable. Baby back bend. And we'll release down through prayer and release the arms. Great job. Let's come behind our chairs now. So we're going to start with a little bit of balance training And just coming behind our chair, I'd like your fingertips to be able to touch the back of the chair, but we don't want to be leaning on the chair. So take as much weight off of it as you can. Again, I'd like you to focus your gaze on anything that's not moving. Inhale, exhale, and come up onto the toes. Now when you're ready, you can reach one arm or both arms up toward the sky. And remember, your fingertips can remain on the back of the chair for a balance assist. Just make sure that you're not pushing down and leaning on the chair in order to lift the heels. Good. Breathe deep. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release down onto the heels, and we'll release the arms. Excellent job. Work out the ankles, give them some mobility. Now we're going to come into our tree variation. So I'd like you to be standing with the back of the chair on your supporting leg side. So I'm going to start by standing on my left leg, so the back of the chair is on my left side. And I'd like you to be in that same position with me. Doesn't matter if it's left or right. And we're shifting to our supporting leg with the fingertips on the back of the chair. And now our working leg is going to come into position. First priority is single leg balance. You might be here with the knee pointed forward and the toes on the floor. Or you can come with me and point the knee out to the side. And then we start to bring it up higher with the foot on the calf, the thigh, or the top of the thigh, or anywhere in between. And you can bring one hand or both hands into prayer. So remember again, if you find that you're leaning really heavily on the chair, you're going to want to take it down a level or two so that you can stand upright and preferably independently of the chair. You can come closer to a wall or another piece of furniture if that's better for you as well, of course. And once we're here, we want to sit up tall. If your knee is pointing out to the side, press it out to the side with the power of the leg. Lace up the core, and when you're ready, you can reach one or both arms up toward the sky. Part the hands and drop the shoulders. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. And remember, you can reduce your intensity anytime to any of the other modifications. We're working toward endurance, but that doesn't mean that you have to hold every pose for the entire time. Good. Inhale, hands together. Exhale, down through prayer. Release the leg and work out the ankles. Great. Now I'd like you to come to the other side so that the back of the chair is on your supporting leg side. And the reason we do this is that in tree pose, we would have to lean forward in order to have the fingertips on the floor. We'd rather be able to stand nice and upright. So again, now shifting to our supporting leg, fingertips are barely touching that chair, and our other foot comes into position, whatever that looks like to you, keeping in mind that it might be a different position from the other side, and that's fine, we're not forcing anything. And then one hand or both hands can come into prayer. Find your position. Feel the sole of your supporting foot on the floor and the strength of your supporting leg. Press your left knee out to the side, lace up the core, stand tall. And when you're ready, reach the arms up above. Part the hands and drop the shoulders. So remember that right hand might want to come back down to the chair anytime to assist your balance, and that's fine. We're training balance into the body. And remember, balance comes from our center, from our core, and then the arms and legs act accordingly to keep us there. But it's really glutes and core that are keeping us stable and balanced, and the sole of our foot is just responding to that. Good, now let's inhale, hands together. Exhale, down through prayer. Release the leg, and work out the ankles. Wow, great job, guys. Okay, so now we're going to come into a little wide-legged series, and then back down to our seats. So standing up nice and tall, I'd like you to just step back from your chair, just a couple of steps here, with the fingertips still on the chair. You might need to lean forward a little bit. And we're going to step the feet just a little bit wider than the hips. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and tip from the hip, pressing the heels back. Now, you can come into a forward fold, or if you'd like to bring the stretch into the upper back, extend the arms out and press the chest toward the floor. Good, so in this position with the arms extended, it's similar to a downward dog pose, and we're looking for the stretch through the shoulder blades, through the middle and upper back. And our shoulders, our rotator cuff feels safe here. We're never pushing too hard, too fast. Shift the weight into the heels and lift your tailbone up toward the sky. Remember, you can come into the standard forward fold if that's better for you anytime. Good. And now let's bend the knees and we'll walk the hands back up. Now I'd like you to come closer to the back of your chair, and we're going to widen the feet out a little bit more. Toes are pointed forward or very slightly out to the sides. Doesn't matter if they're at a slight angle as long as it's the same angle on both sides. So make sure one is not pointed forward and the other out to the side. Good, sitting up nice and tall, breathe in deep. Now exhale and tip from the hip, pressing into the heels, lifting the tailbone toward the sky. And this time we are going to fold forward all the way. Your hands don't have to reach the floor today or ever. And you can come back to your seat anytime. You can do any of these poses from a seated position, or you can just practice that breathing deeply and smiling, the most important part of our yoga class. Now we'll walk the hands back up, bending the knees slightly, stand up nice and tall. And we'll come into a little adductor stretch. You can change your foot positioning anytime. Take a deep breath here. Exhale and bend the right knee, tipping forward from the hip. And the hands can come to the back of the chair, to the seat of the chair, or your elbow can come to the thigh. So in this position, I'd like you to make sure you're tipping forward from the hip so that the weight is in the heel of that right foot instead of in the toe, as it will be if we stand upright. Lift your tailbone up toward the sky, and I'd like you to feel the stretch in the inside of the left thigh with no pain in your knee and hip. Good, so this is a great stretch to do, at the kitchen counter, on the back of a chair. When we're supported like this, our joints are much safer, but of course if you'd like to come deeper into the pose, you're more than welcome. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll walk the hands back up, standing nice and tall. Now coming to the other side, one more deep breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee, tip from the hip, pressing back into the heel, lifting the tailbone toward the sky. And again, you can use that chair for support. You can walk the hands down to the seat, or you can push the chair away and bring the elbow to that left thigh. So again, remember, we want the weight in the heels, never in the toes. Our spine is straight to keep that tailbone lifted and give us the best stretch in the inside of that thigh. You can reach for the floor if you want to. Just don't make touching the floor the goal. That's not the goal. The goal is always just the stretch. One more deep breath in. Good. Exhale, and walk the hands back up. Standing up nice and tall. Work the heels and toes together. Step the feet together and shake it out. Excellent. Now we're going to come into our standing warrior series, just for a few movements before we sit back down. So standing nice and tall, I'd like you to shift to the left leg, step the right foot back, make sure your right toes are pointed forward. And then we're going to gently press that back heel down toward the floor as we bend the front knee. Good. Now I'd like you to notice how in this position, in our standing position, this warrior pose often comes more into the calf and Achilles tendon than it did when we were standing. Your heel doesn't have to come all the way to the floor. Now tuck the tailbone, find the stretch in the hip flexor as well. And when you're ready, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. Good. Your arms can also reach straight out in front or come across the chest or hands to the hips anytime. Sink a little deeper if you're able. And breathe deeply. Good. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down to the back of the chair. Lift the back heel up off the floor. Turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot and place it back down. Our front knee is still pointed toward the chair, as are the front toes, so the front knee is bent. And we're going to reach both arms out in line with that front leg, shoulders down away from the ears. Reach for the side walls. Make sure your weight is in the heel of that front foot. We can always see our front big toe. Good. Breathe. Try and touch those side walls. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the back of the chair, and we'll swing the back arm down across the front of the body, opening up toward the sky. Lengthen through the fingertips. Press the bottom shoulder down away from the ear. And remember that you can adjust your positioning anytime to protect your lower back or your shoulder or your neck. And of course, you can release any pose entirely anytime. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm. Lift the back heel up off the floor and turn the toes forward. We're going to finish here with a pyramid pose. So I'd like you to straighten out the front leg and take that knee off lock. So a very slight bend. Inhale and extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, and we're going to tip forward from the hip. You can use the support of your chair here. Now in this position, we want to make sure that although the knee is off lock, we're not going to bend it in order to get closer to the chair. That's not the goal. The goal is to feel that stretch up high in the hamstring, hopefully also up into the glutes. It's a difficult area to target. So keep the leg as straight as you can while keeping the knee safe. And lift your tailbone up toward the sky to deepen your stretch. Good. And now we'll bend that front knee and step forward or back, or a combination of both. And now we're going to come to the other side. So standing nice and tall, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. And we're going to shift to the right side and extend that left leg straight back behind us. Make sure your toes remain pointed forward, and we'll gently press that heel down toward the floor. So again, shoulders down and back, away from the ears, tailbone tucks. And when you're ready, you can reach one arm or both arms up toward the sky. I want you to really feel your strength and stability and power in these warrior poses. So we're keeping that core strong, and we're stabilizing across the feet. Hands can come to the back of the chair anytime. Good. Nice deep breaths. Excellent. Now let's inhale and lift the back heel up off the floor. Hands can release to the back of the chair. Turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot and release it back down. Good. Our front knee is still bent and pointed toward the chair, and so are the toes. Reach those fingertips out in line with the front leg. And remember, you can change your leg positioning anytime if you need to, so just making it yours. Our goal with yoga is focus and mind-body connection, and beyond that, it's whatever we get out of it on a given day. So just breathing deeply into that focal point, sinking a little deeper as you exhale if you're able, and noticing where you can relax. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the back of the chair. Swing the left arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Check that bottom shoulder is down away from the ear as far as it'll go. And remember, you have so many options. You can come up onto the hand, you can come down onto the bottom thigh. Your top hand can come to the hip or behind the back anytime. It's all yours. Good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, lift the back heel up off the floor. We'll turn our toes forward. They don't have to be perfectly straight forward this time. They can be at a slight angle, but I'd like you to make sure your hips and shoulders can be squared forward. Now our front knee is straight but off lock. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, tip from the hip, lifting our tailbone toward the sky, and we can just lounge on the back of that chair. Lift your tailbone. Good. And lifting the tailbone, arching the lower back is going to intensify the extension in the back of that thigh without us having to really move anything else at all. So just look for the best quality of stretch rather than the deepest stretch. Good, breathe. And now we'll bend the front knee slightly and press up. You can step in or back or a combination of both. Shake it out. And we're going to come in front of our chairs once again and back down through our chair pose, our Utkatasana, to sitting. So one more time through our chair pose. You can come right back down to your seat if you'd like, but remember to maintain that alignment and use that nice slow movement. One more deep breath in, shoulders down, and we're going to exhale and sit down into our imaginary chair. Arms straight out in front or up toward the sky or across the chest or whatever you'd like. Now suck your belly button toward the spine. You can sit all the way down, or you can come with me and take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift both heels. Good. Excellent. Just hold here for a moment. One more deep breath in. Exhale, heels to floor. Reach up toward the sky. Breathe out as you reach up. And we'll release the arms and sit down into the chair. Nice and slow. Knees, hips, and ankles lined up. Excellent. We come back down. Great job, guys. Okay, we're almost there. So now we're going to finish off with the arms. I'm going to invite you to come with me for a seated yoga mudra, or you can just reach the arms straight back behind you. So option one is fingertips down and back with the palms forward and the thumbs toward the sky. And we're just pressing those fingertips back to find the stretch in the front of the shoulder. If you're comfortable going further, you can come with me and clasp the hands behind the back for a seated yoga mudra, clasping the hands or grasping the wrists or the forearms. Let's inhale and extend through the crown of the head. Exhale and press everything down. Shoulders, elbows, knuckles, down, down, down toward the floor. Good. Now you can hold here in the yoga mudra or come with me and inhale, lifting the arms back and up. And then exhale and fold forward, relaxing down. So just make sure you feel stable on your chair. There's no tension in the neck. We're pressing the shoulders down and finding that stretch through the fronts of the shoulders and the chest. Breathing deeply. Great. Now let's look forward to come up with a straight spine. Bend the elbows and we'll release the arms in front, curving around the upper back. And release. Great, let's come into a little bit of hand massage now. So I'd like you to place the right hand on the right thigh. We're going to grasp the right fingertips with the left fingertips. Keep the palm down on the leg and gently draw the fingertips up. And you can draw them up at different distances, just kind of folding them back like the keys of a piano, just one at a time. Good, and just noticing the extension that you're getting in the fronts of the fingers. And now we're going to release, squeeze, and open. Same hand is going to be on the thigh, and then we're going to draw the thumb back toward the body. See if you can find a stretch through the webbing of the thumb. Relax your shoulders and jaw. Good, and then we'll release, shake it out. And then come to the other side, left palm to the thigh, and we'll grab the fingertips and gently draw them up, pressing the palm down. And you can rotate that hand from side to side. You can draw the fingertips back at different distances if you'd like. Just noticing how that feels and noticing where you can relax as well. Good, and then we'll release, squeeze and open. Replace that left hand on the thigh, and we're going to gently draw the left thumb back toward the body, finding that stretch through the webbing. Good. And then we'll release and shake it out. And now we're going to reach forward with the right arm and point those fingertips down toward the floor. Keeping the arms straight, you can either press into the back of the hand or grasp the fingertips and gently draw that hand back toward you. You can rest that arm down lower if you'd like. You'll get a better stretch if it's up higher, but we don't want neck and shoulder tension. And you're looking for the extension through the wrist. Good. And then we'll release, roll the wrists around in a circle, and come to the other side. Left fingertips toward the floor. You can grasp them and draw them back, or press into the back of the hand. We just don't want to be pressing into the backs of the fingers because that doesn't give us much of a stretch at all. So drawing back. Good. Breathe. And then we'll release. Roll the wrists around in circles. Now we're going to reach out, palms toward the sky, thumbs toward the back of the room. Spread the fingers, tip the wrists down and back, and allow the arms to follow. So see how much of a stretch you can get from fingertip to fingertip. Breathe. Feel that expansion. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms. Bring the right arm across the front of the body and grasp just above the elbow. Inhale here and straighten the spine. Then exhale, press the arm down and draw it in towards you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Great job making it here today, guys. And then if you like, you can straighten out that arm and turn the palm down and forward. When we rotate the hand and wrist, we're rotating the shoulder as well. So you're going to notice that shoulder is going to come up. We want to press it down and see if we can really target the stretch in the posterior and middle delt, so the back and the middle of your shoulder. Good. Now bend the elbow, release, and extend the arms out, lengthen through those fingertips. And shake it off, and left arm comes across the front of the body now. Grab just above the elbow, and we'll press it down and hug it into the chest. Pat ourselves on the back on the other side. We don't do enough of that. Great job, guys. And now when you're ready, if you'd like, you can straighten the arm out and then turn that palm down and forward. So again, remember that shoulder might come up toward the ear as a protective reflex, which is a good thing to have, but we want to counter that so that we can deepen our stretch, because we can't contract the muscles and extend them at the same time. Good. Breathe, sit tall. Really good. And now we'll bend the elbow, release the arms out to the sides, lengthen out through those fingertips. And release. One last stretch for the triceps before we come into final relaxation. So now the right elbow is going to come up along the side of the head. First, I'd like you to make sure that your neck stays long and straight no matter what position that arm is in. You can press from underneath, or grasp from on top, or reach out behind you between the shoulder blades, or place that left hand on the thigh or on the hip. So what we're looking for here is an extension through the back of the right arm. Good. Breathe. Sit up tall. Excellent. And now we'll release and extend the arms out to the side, lengthen. And then coming to the other side, left arm comes up, elbow up alongside the ear. And again, we're sitting tall, making sure our neck is nice and long and straight. And then you can press from underneath, grasp from on top if you'd like to deepen that stretch, or grab those fingers behind you, or place the right hand on the thigh anytime. Good. Nice deep breathing. Feel that circulation getting better. This is a bit of an inversion with that arm up above, so just pay attention to your blood pressure as well. Good. And then we'll release the arm. Reach the arms out to the sides, lengthen through the fingertips. Spread the fingertips, tip the wrists down and back, and allow the arms to follow. Good, okay. So we're going to finish off with a full body stretch for 3 repetitions and then come into our final relaxation. So let's inhale and reach out through the fingertips and toes, breathing deeply. Exhale and bring everything into the center, curve and round the back. Good, and again, breathe in deep, reach out, expand and lengthen through those fingertips. Exhale, bring everything in, curve and round. One more time, inhale, expand, take up lots of space and smile. Exhale and bring it in. Good. And we'll come back to neutral. Excellent. So now I'm going to ask you to find your comfortable seated or laying down position for our final relaxation. So you don't have to sit perfectly stiff and straight in your perfect posture anymore. I'm also going to ask you to grab some socks or blankets or sweaters, whatever you'd like to stay warm, because we will cool down now that we're no longer moving. And as we go through Shavasana, our primary goal here is to quiet the mind, because once we quiet the mind, we can choose our pattern of thought, and there's really great power in that, especially for things like healing and our immunity and our sleep patterns and things like that. You can really fix all of that. So whatever that comfortable position looks like to you, we'll find it, and we'll start by taking a deep breath in all the way down to the tips of the toes and closing the eyes. And as you exhale, just feel the body supported by the seat, by the floor, by the earth. And now just for a moment, bringing our attention to today's class and giving ourselves that mental pat on the back for making it here, for making it through, and especially for maintaining the lines of communication with the body. That's so important. Our bodies tell us so much. Now we'll begin to relax from the bottom up. Breathe in all the way down to the tips of the toes, the balls of the feet, the arches, heels, and ankles, stirring up tension. Exhale it out, pressing it out of the body with focus. Breathe through the calves, the shins, the knee joints and thighs. Exhale tension all the way down to the bones. Breathe through the hips, pelvis, buttocks, and lower spine. Exhale tension, feeling the body relax down into the seat, into the earth. Breathe through the muscles of the lower back, side body, and abdomen. Exhale tension, allowing the circulation to slow down, the internal organs to relax. Breathe through the middle and upper back, through the rib cage and solar plexus. As you exhale, allow the heart and lungs to slow down, relaxing. Breathe through the collarbone, shoulders, biceps, and elbows. Exhale, tension, feeling the arms relax at the sides. Breathe through the forearms, wrists, palms and backs of the hands. As you exhale, allow the fingertips to let go of tension. Relax the muscles of the neck, through the top of the spine and the base of the skull. Relax the throat. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face, around the eyes, mouth, and ears. Relax the brow. And lastly, release the breath, breathing naturally as you sink deeper into relaxation. And now bringing our attention back to the breath, let's take a deep breath in and imagine filling the entire space on the inside of your body with white light. And as you exhale, relax. And as you breathe, just imagine, again, filling that space on the inside of the body with fresh air, bright white light. And as you exhale, relax. And now let's bring to mind anything at all that you like or love or appreciate. It can be something small, something you enjoy every day or once in a while. And just bringing that thing to mind and offering it your appreciation, your gratitude for being. And just notice how that feels, that sensation of gratitude in the body. How we relax a little more easily, maybe smile a little more easily. And now you can continue considering that one thing, or move on to another thing, or make a list of all the things that you like and love and appreciate in the world. And as you offer the gratitude to those things, maybe also people and pets, then offer it to yourself as well. Offer yourself gratitude for showing up, for doing good for yourself and for the world, and for moving, smiling. And just feel that sense of gratitude for all of these things, expanding, pressing against the lines of your body, filling up that space on the inside. And then we'll gently bring our attention back to the lines of the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, moving the wrists and ankles around in circles. And with the eyes closed, just sit for a moment with that sense of being filled with gratitude and appreciation. And then when you're ready, if you're laying down, find your way to a comfortable seated position. And let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope you'll be able to make it next time. Enjoy that sunshine. Bye, guys.